Hey everybody, Blair here, back for another vlog. Instead of in my dark, boring computer room, I decided to film on location today. I'm on vacation on Merrill Lake, just outside of Sycamoose in BC. Beautiful view of the lake here. Rode the jet ski over to this beach. Jet ski. I really should have filmed this yesterday because the weather was much nicer, but what can you do? Have on vacation, I guess. So for today's vlog, I thought I'd just sit here on this tree and kind of talk about what's been going on in my life. Every time I come to this cabin, or this lake, I've been coming here my whole life, I start to reflect a lot on past years and things that have happened in my life. And lately I've been reflecting upon my cancer experience and where I'm at now and the frustrations that I have now. So a little bit of a backstory to my journey is I was diagnosed with a blood cancer called myelodysplastic syndrome in 2016, June 2016. I had a stem cell transplant in January 2017 in hopes of curing my MDS, and it didn't work, unfortunately. October that year, I found out that my cancer had come back, and since then I have been doing a chemo called azacitidine. It's a quite light chemo. Yeah, it's chemo, but it's better than other kinds for sure. So I do that in a 6-week block, 5 days on, 3 needles a day in my stomach, 15 needles over 5 days. And then I get the rest of the time off to, as I say, live life to the best that I can. But that's hard. It's very hard. Doing that for so many years. It'll be 5 years this October, and I'm fucking sick of it, man. I'm so fucking over chemo. I'm tired of feeling like shit. I'm tired of not being able to potentially get a job because I gotta take 2 weeks off every 6 weeks. What kind of place would want to hire me for that kind of thing? Is my thoughts around that. COVID has got me down even more, being someone who's immunocompromised. So the pandemic was really hard and still is very hard. Luckily things are doing a bit better, and I hope it stays that way, so that we can all get back together for a conference or a retreat someday soon. But yeah, I find I have to plan my life every 6 weeks at a time. I get really upset when some friends might be hanging out on a weekend when I have chemo or I'm recovering from chemo and I have to say no. And a huge part of my friend base doesn't know that I have cancer, so that's tricky too to explain away. But being here has me thinking a lot about the things that I'm grateful for in life. And even though I have this really shit hand of chemo in my life, I'm very grateful for the good things that I have in my life. The first of them being the ACT community. You all mean so much to me. You've changed my life. You've saved my life multiple times. And I don't know, I wouldn't have done it this much. I wouldn't have been able to go this far without the ACT community. So thank you everyone, and I'm so happy that I get to spend another 2 years as a activist serving this amazing community that's done so much for me. Other things that I'm grateful for: I'm grateful that I get to get up every morning. I'm grateful that I've beaten the odds of my cancer in this kind of treatment, and things are doing really, really well when it comes to my treatment. Cancer's held at bay. Yeah, doesn't look like anything's going wrong anytime soon with that. Which is really, really good. Kind of a weight off my shoulders, but again, the chemo still sucks. And I'm kind of at the point where I want to start talking to the doctors if I even need to do chemo anymore, in terms of if the cancer's doing so well, why am I suffering kind of thing. So that's kind of a pain in my life, is constantly thinking about that and trying not to build up hope while still being optimistic kind of thing. Other things I'm grateful for. The biggest thing is my family, and especially my girlfriend Ashley, whom some of you know. They're all incredible for me. They're there for me physically, for rides to chemo, making me food when I'm not feeling well, all of those different kinds of things, but they're also there for me emotionally. I know I can go to my family, I know I can go to Ashley for anything, and I love them and I'm so grateful for them. And just like the yak community, I wouldn't have been able to do this without them. So those are just kind of my quick thoughts on, I think the easiest term to classify people like me in this situation is calling us lifers, but I hate that term so much. I can't stand it, so if anybody has a better way of describing the kind of situation I'm in, I'm happy to hear how you would describe it or what you would call it, because I don't think the term lifer is good at all. Yeah, but it looks like some pretty nasty rain clouds are rolling in, so I think I need to not be on the lake on a jet ski when it starts to rain. So I will see everybody in the next blog or vlog. Feel free to reach out to me through the yak community. I'm sure Angie will check in down the email for the yak group below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I had to say, or if you want to talk about my situation, I'm an open book, or if you want to talk about yours, I'm happy to at any point in time, if it sounds familiar to what I'm going through. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the summer, and hopefully COVID doesn't screw things up in the fall, and we have a great fall and winter as well. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.